Hi guys, Jeremy from Creative Epoxy Coatings. Just wanted to share with you a floor that we just did over the last couple days in Swartz Creek, Michigan. The floor was painted 2 years ago, and as you can see, the paint's failing pretty bad. Uh, lots of damage to the floor. It's probably old. I was told a lot of these houses were built in like 1992, so do the math. They're probably 30 some years old, 35 years old, 40 years old, whatever. They're old floors. I mean, they've got damages. That's what'll separate the paint from epoxy. Not only is the epoxy going to be a lot more durable than the paint is, but we'll be able to fix all these flaws and cover them all up, so you won't be able to tell if this is a brand new floor or it was poured 35, 40 years ago. It'll all look brand new. In this video, I'll try to explain all the steps that we're doing as we go along, but bear with me. I'm not a video editor or anything like that. I just want to share the work that we do with you guys so you can see. But I'm typically one that doesn't even want to be in front of the camera at all. This is not really me. Like I said, I just want to show you guys the work that we're doing here. So right now we're just getting everything set up. I can tell already this it's fun to edit. I've got probably over 12 hours of footage here that I've got to clip and edit and cut and whatever. So there's a lot of work here to do yet. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're getting everything set up, and we had a slow start. I had some little failures going on with the generator, tripping breakers and odds and ends stuff. So we got off to a slow start, but we're just getting our vacuums and everything set up to get ready to do some grinding. Got Laura with me today. She was ready to choke me out by the time this job was over because we kept grinding and grinding and grinding, and we'd clean it up and we'd see. I mean, there's just no concrete's perfect. There's always going to be little dips that the grinder just can't get down into it. So we got to keep grinding, and a lot of cases just get down in there with a hand grinder to get it all ground. But I'll try to speed this video up and I'll explain as we go. So here's after we got done grinding. You can see the floor's clean. We were patched them whole joints. Typically I don't like to do that, but the damages were going into those joints, and it just made it easier to just fill them all in. This is old concrete. Damage has pretty much been done. It's all settled and cracked and done what it's going to do, so we just chose to fill all the joints. But now we're getting ready to lay the epoxy down. Like I said, we use Simiron products. I'm using a 1100 SL on this, and the color is going to be a Bandit Flake. So this is day 2. Come back. Today's process is we're going to scrape the floor, get all the excess paint chips off. This is a 436 square foot floor, something like that, 430 something. We added 80 pounds of flake on this, so it's pretty excessive, but we just want to get it fully covered. So today's process, we will just scrape all the excess flake on there so there's no jagged edges or anything when we put the polyaspartic top coat on. But that's what you'll see us doing here. We're scraping, scraping, scraping. We'll scrape it both ways, north, south, east, west. Scrape it all. Then you'll see Laura break out the vacuums and she'll vacuum all the excess flake up before we put the top coat down. Like I said previously, I use Simiron products. This is the Simiron Polyaspartic HS. So as Laura continues to vacuum up all the excess flakes, I'll just tell you a little bit about Simiron and why I use Simiron. I used to use another company and it was really good stuff. Didn't have a problem with it. They were just based out of state, so everything I had to order it. I'm on a lot of different forums and stuff like that, and it seemed like the more installers I listen to, a lot of people are using Simiron. I'd say it's the biggest, really, honestly. There's a couple big ones like XPS or maybe US Resin Supply or something like that, but as big as the name is, when it comes down to it, on a whole thread, you might see like 3 or 4 people say they're using Sherwin-Williams. Like I said, Cimarron though, I bet you in that whole thing, the overwhelmingly the percentage is probably 40 to 50% of people saying they're using Cimarron. So these guys know something. A lot of these guys been doing this stuff 20, 30 years. They know. And if they're using Cimarron, then I better get on board too, because I'm not going to be left behind and be using an inferior product. But the other thing I like about Cimarron is they're based here in Michigan. So if I need anything at all whatsoever, I can just drive down to Shelby and go get it. They keep pretty much everything in stock. They have an awesome warehouse. So if I need anything, I don't have to place an order and wait a week to get it. Worst case scenario, I just jump down in my truck and drive down to Shelby and go get it. Actually, on this job, I had a bit of a scare. We're in spring right now here in Michigan. I have a 2-day window to get this job done. We have rain coming in. So I had a good 2-day window to get this job done. I ordered all the materials last week. I had 2 orders put in. And in the order, I had 80 pounds, which would be 2 boxes of Bandit color and 1 box of Victorian. And the order got messed up. When I got my flake, it came directly from Torganol, because this is a custom color or whatever. When I got the flakes from Torganol, I realized I had 2 boxes of Victorian and 1 Bandit. So it wasn't looking good. I was starting this job on Thursday, and I believe I got the flakes on either Monday or Tuesday, and we realized the order was off. So there was a real scare. It's early spring. I'm just trying to get jobs in when I can. And I had a two-day window on this, and it wasn't looking good. But my rep, Martin, he expedited another box from Torganol to me of the Bandit. And I was still kind of scared. I was hearing it might get here Thursday and whatever. But Martin he gave me his word it was going to be here Wednesday. And I was second guessing it, but no, Martin came through. I got the flakes on Wednesday, and major stress relief there. So super happy with everything to do with Cimarron. Martin's an awesome guy, very knowledgeable, good guy. Gave me his word. He bit the bullet, did the expedited delivering. I didn't pay any extra. He took accountability. So I was able to get my job done on time. So really, really appreciate Martin and what he did to get me my flakes to do this job. So right now we're just getting ready to mix our polyaspartic. We have our own mixing procedure, but you really want to mix the materials well. It's a part A and a part B. What happens is, you put your part A in and it kind of lines the bucket walls with the part A. And even if you're running a mixer, you really don't get all the stuff off the sides of the bucket very well. So some people will go and do a mix and then transfer to a whole nother bucket and mix. Our procedure, it's we mix for 2 minutes and then we'll take a paint stick and we run it down the sides, kind of try to scrape the sides really well with a paint stick, up and down, scrape the bottom, everything, and then we mix for another minute after that. But you want to mix really well, because what happens if you don't get it mixed, say for example you get a spot that didn't get mixed and it's just part A, you're gonna have a soft spot in the floor and you're gonna be repairing that whole, or probably redoing the whole floor, and it's costly. People don't think about all the extra stuff. Epoxy itself, the kits aren't cheap, but then you get into all the other consumables, whether it be your paper towels or acetone. I use a lot of acetone. We clean everything up with acetone. I also wet my dust mop with acetone after we're done vacuuming everything, just for that extra assurance, trying to get all the extra dust off the floor. Tooling to grind the concrete's not cheap. There's nothing cheap about it. So you don't want to be grinding one of these floors back out. It's not fun. So you want to make sure you mix your epoxy really well. Right now we're getting ready to dump out the polyaspartic. The polyaspartic goes down a little bit thinner than the epoxy. This goes down at between 100 and 160 square feet per gallon. On this floor, like I said, it's roughly 430 square feet. We added 4 gallons. So when I did the math, we're on the heavier side for a polyaspartic. We were right at about 107 square feet per gallon, minus the little side walls there. We might have been around 110 square feet a gallon. So like I said, it goes on between 100 to 160. So we were towards the heavier side. Just a little bit thinner than epoxy. For example, on this floor, we used 6 gallons of epoxy and 4 gallons of polyaspartic, 80 pounds of flake. What you see me doing here is I'm wetting my roller in a puddle. What'll happen is if I was to squeegee this out and then put a dry roller on it, it's just going to be pulling polyaspartic up there at that point, because it would be a dry roller. So we just get our rollers wet in a puddle before we squeegee it all out. Like I said, uh, when we apply the epoxy, we use a notch squeegee. They have different size squeegees for however many mils you're putting the epoxy down at. Right now I'm using a flat squeegee. The polyaspartic, like I said, just goes down thinner. So you use a flat squeegee for this part. And right now you're gonna see Laura. She's getting ready she'll take the 6-inch and go hit along all the edges and hit the walls. I could do all this by myself, especially in these temps. It's not going anywhere. I believe it was 64 degrees on this day and kind of a little bit overcast, so it's not like it's taking off. I could do it by myself, but it's nice to have a helping hand. So that's what she's doing. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you sticking with me. Unfortunately, I didn't get any finished pictures or videos of this, but I am going back there today told the homeowner I'd help him put some steps back inside. So we will get you pictures, so stay tuned. But yeah, numbers at the bottom of the screen. If you need any epoxy work done, basements, garage, patios, any concrete surfaces, just give us a call. We're located in Otter Lake, which is about 20 minutes north of Davison, on the border of Lapeer, Genesee, and Tuscola County. We'll pretty much travel anywhere, though. So if you're interested in getting any epoxy work done, go ahead and give us a call. Numbers at the bottom of the screen. And like I said, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. And I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.